So, welcome to the Broadrun podcast, episode number 16. We're going to do an addition here, which will be something as a bit of a new addition to the podcast, which will be 5-minute shoe reviews, where I give you my review of a shoe that I've recently tried, and just give you a quick oversight into what I think of the shoe and, just a general sort of overview. There's nothing too depth of this. This is obviously the first one, so we'll see how it goes. And my first shoe that I'm going to review is a shoe that I was actually gifted, which is the Puma Nitro Elite 3, which is the latest super shoe from Puma, which has been, a big sort of talk of a lot of people who are using it, especially in the functional fitness space. So this is a elite shoe aimed at people who are sort of going towards the top end of the competition, as it's loaded with a carbon plate inside it. So it's a very responsive shoe. I've now had the pleasure of wearing this for 2 track sessions, a tempo session, and also I wore it for a bit more of a sort of a long run type session, which I'm starting to get into using carbon plated shoes for some longer efforts too, which I know some people don't really swear by, but I think as long as you've got a good shoe rotation and as long as you're still, you're not picking up any injuries, I think it's a good idea. So these shoes, I've really enjoyed them. One of the main things I think is it has a really large toe box on this shoe. And someone who has got pretty wide feet found it, pretty comfortable, especially compared with, say, the Nike Alpha Fly, the Nike Vaporfly. They are what I like to call toenail killers. And, I've lost a couple of toenails to those type of shoes, but this has got plenty of room in the front. I found that, I think maybe because they're sort of aiming in towards the functional fitness space, i.e. the high rocks, as people might know that this is sort of required decent grip in this space. So the grip is actually really good and it feels like a really stable shoe. Quite similar if you were going to compare it to something like the Hoka Rocket X2, which I also found was, really stable as a super shoe goes. You maybe had some of the higher sort of feeling stack shoes, maybe something like the Adidas Prime X or maybe something like the Alpha Fly, where you felt like, you're really up and it's not very comfortable, whereas these have felt really solid. And I can tell, just although I've probably only ran about 30-40k in them, I can tell that they're going to be like super durable. I've not seen any wear from them, and the bits of rubber are, their Puma grip, which they're calling it. It seems to be pretty durable. So this is looking like a max height shoe, so 40 mil max height, which is obviously the maximum legal limit that they're able to be, with a heel to toe drop of 8 mil, so 40 to 32, and they're saying that it's for neutral pronators of in the running. But I think it's a pretty decent shoe. It's coming in here around sort of $300. It's coming in here. Yeah, $300 or 1,099 dirhams, and I'm based currently in Dubai. So in dirhams, obviously, I was lucky enough to get these gifted off the guys that I work with in the gym. But overall, I think that they've definitely been worth it, and shoes that I've definitely enjoyed wearing. So would definitely recommend you picking up a pair and giving them a try. I've not tried any of the other latest of the Puma sort of distance shoes or any of the other shoes from there. I've not had a Puma shoe for like a good few years actually, so I'm excited to try a couple more ones. I hope you've enjoyed this sort of 5-minute shoe review. If there's anything else you'd like me to cover about the shoe, then just shoot me a message and I'm happy to answer it. And yeah, we'll hopefully see you on the next time where I do 5-minute shoe review.